analysis today. Let's get going. All right, we got. What am I doing? Let's do the start. Right. Cheesecake. We got cCheeseCake 3x3, 1556. So definitely not a beginner, but in that about to be sub 15 range. He said his worst part of his solve is cross 14 months, so that's pretty solid. 15 and 14 months is solid. 14 and 21 hours, yeah, that kind of matches up with 14 and 21 hours matches with 15 seconds in 14 months. He wants to be well past sub 15 by the end of the year. Global average, he wants to average 12. Let's see, he wants to average 12 by the end of the year. That's super doable, especially if you practice this much and it's March right now. Like, very doable, very doable. So, reasonable goals for sure. You could probably be like 10 seconds, honestly. People get down to 10 like very fast now. Got a nice Yushin Huanglang. Great cube. Some color neutrality I'm seeing. Alright, I like it. I like it. Okay, a couple notes. 3x3 I usually like to watch a little bit, but we'll stop and see as we go through. Couple really obvious things. First of all, right here, you got this case, which is basically you have what amounts to, it's basically, you have like something like this here, where you need to enter this pair, and I really don't care. There's a couple options. You can, you're holding in this orientation, you can rotate and do that. It's not a big deal, it's fine. If you have really in this case, you want to think about edge orientation. I think he has, right, in this case specifically, he has this, whereas no edge is oriented. So in this case, you definitely want to do a sledgehammer. So what he does is rotate and then does this. You want to make sure, like, you never want to need to rotate. Like, 3x3s are very easy to turn. You got to thumb it like that. Like, I don't care what your finger tricks are really, personally, but, like, this is very common. You just can't be, you got to rotate for sure every time. So, then, couple more things about finger tricks in a second. Okay, so then he gets, actually, well, he gets this case. So then he has this case. This case, you want to do it like this. Yeah, just do it like that. It's important. And then next, after he gets that case, he gets an A-perm. And so, A-perm pretty universally is you want to do it like, so R2, double trigger with your left hand like this. Either way, pinky ring or ring pinky, doesn't matter. Double trigger, double trigger. You got, like, just learning those double triggers might be awkward. Like, honestly, you can just, like, hang out on your couch and watch TV and do A-perms for, like, 20 minutes. You'll be great at it. It's, like, not that hard. Easy thing to kind of figure out there. Yo, what's up, guys in chat? What's up? We're just doing a solve analysis, kick it off while people get going, and then we'll do some cubing. Got, actually, is he, okay, I'm assuming he's color neutral because it's insanely rare to be red orange. Okay. Go ahead and look at that again. Let's see. Yeah. So we're calling neutral like that. Oh, whoa. This case is it's like, it's the mirror of this. Yeah, so you got this case right here. The edge orientation is different, but he does this. He pulls this edge out and then does this insert over here. What you want to do is, instead of pulling the edge out like this, pull the edge out like this. And then insert like that. Much better. Much better. Good partial edge control there. Not bad, not bad. In general, cheesecake stuff is pretty good, pretty solid. I'm liking a lot of this. Again, same case. He actually did the exact same things. Like, I think it was the exact same case. Use this case with no edges oriented, and it does the rotation again. Just gotta use your better finger tricks there. Weird finger tricks in general on a lot of this. What was that? I think you have this G-perm. I'm pretty sure you have, in this case, you have this G-perm. This one right here. This one, you do the RUD alg. I think it's more commonly popular to do the R2F2 one. Oops, I messed it up. Yeah, this one. You can look that up on any alg site. Just, it's like just the option for this G-perm. I'd recommend learning this one. Very fast. Good on big cubes. Yeah, the crosses I'm noticing are taking a bit of time here, which he mentioned in his thing. I'll go over that. Okay, good partial edge control there. Nice. PLL skip recognition was this, what was this? Oh, is this just like a comm? Because you had to, was this like a PLL skip case? Oh, yeah, so this was a PLL. You knew this was going to skip. You gotta be fast. Like, if you knew this was going to skip, yeah, you gotta be fast from that. Like, the recognition. I'll talk about that. I'm noticing that a lot as well. Also, partial edge control is good to be. I like the partial edge control. There's definitely some notes. Also, kind of watching still, mostly. I see on that one you did the F turn. Alright. That's your normal alg. Oh. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second also. But we got cheesecake. We got cCheeseCake right now. Alright. We're gonna go back. We'll go. Alright. So I got a lot of data we watched here. Let's see what we got. Let's go to the start. Move that. Gonna send this one. I was gonna check out the cross also. Cross on that one was pretty solid. Like, okay, in general, I'm seeing a lot of these, yeah, I'm seeing, and the general theme is a lot of, these type of movements. Like, we're right here or something. Like, we're here, we don't exactly know what stuff is on, and there's a lot of this. Like, a lot of this. For 3x3, you never need to do this. Like, all the info is, like, available to you. Like, you know this is white. Like, you can deduce what the colors are on the backside without actually looking. You can just, like, look left and right. Like, looking on the back like this is never actually necessary. So, like, it's definitely something that takes a bit of time to get used to, and I'm sure you're not used to it right now, but if you never force yourself to start not looking at the back, you're never going to get good at it. So, big thing I'd start recommending immediately is never, like, you're not allowed to look at the back of the cube anymore. You're never allowed to do this, ever. Like, you're just not allowed to do it anymore, and I think that'll help out quite a lot. Another big thing is a little similar. PLL recognition. PLL recognition especially, I'm noticing, like, you got T-perm like this or something, and you look at the back, just force yourself to learn two-sided PLL recognition. It's really not, it's not that hard. It does take some time to get used to, but it's not that hard, and it will definitely be good in the long run, especially if you're trying to be, like, under 10 seconds. Just whenever you get to PLL, no matter what angle, just you finish your OLL and you get to PLL, and you're like, alright, my PLL, and you're just like, no matter what happened, no matter what angle you're from, figure out the entire, you should know that from the angle, every move you need to do. Like, from here, alright, I know I need to do, I could have done that blindfolded. You should be able to get to PLL from any angle in any case, and do the entire thing blindfolded to finish it off, no matter what case it is, no matter what angle you have it from. So, like, stuff like that, those two things immediately will help you out a lot. Those be a little uncomfortable at first. See, the crosses don't see. Oh, okay, I was pulling across. That was just a little fumble of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, first pair there, long time to expect. I do like the fact that unlike a lot of newer cubers, cCheeseCake doesn't know where his first pair is, and notice how in this pause, doesn't know where the pair is, doesn't know where the pair is. He doesn't do any moves. Like, oh shit. Like in this pause right here, he doesn't do any moves, which is really good. Like, a lot of common thing is, like, you're a newer cuber and you're not sure, you're like 15 seconds or something, you're not sure what's going on, you're like, no matter what happens, I need to be doing moves so I feel fast. Like, doing extra moves doesn't make you fast. Like, it just means you're doing extra moves, which isn't good. So, good habits here. I'm liking this stuff for sure. Good habits are important. Again, you do the same case there as I mentioned before. Also right here, so a couple of things, like, I like the fact that you're using partial edge control, but just a couple of cases to know. How do I set this case up? Right here, oh yeah, this is the exact case. So right here, you're in this case right here, and you do that. In this case, I'd recommend just rotating, because you're going to rotate it anyways, unless you do it like that, but like, you can rotate. One sec, oops. You can go to preserve your edges, like that. You get a nice easy case, a nice easy OLL. A couple other things noticing on OLL a couple times. You're doing you're getting an OLL. This is kind of the same vein as PLL recognition, but you're getting an OLL and you're like, all right, what do I do? And like you do a U or do a U prime. Make sure from OLL the same thing. Like, okay, you see your OLL. It's very easy to recognize from not like without looking at the back, but like you see your OLL from any angle, and then you're like, all right, I don't need to do a U2 and then a U prime. Just like, all right, I'm here, and then I do my U, and like you should be able to do it straight from there. So like, make sure you don't do any moves until you know your full OLL. 2. So no, this is 14 seconds of inspection, just something to be aware of. I generally like taking as much inspection time as you want in practice because it's good to just like kind of push it. Just kind of a note though, you should be aware if you're taking more than 15 in practice, that's totally fine. Just be aware of it so that if a competition's coming up, you should start practicing with inspection on, just so you don't accidentally go over during a competition. But I do generally advocate for taking more inspection because it gets you used to doing more complicated things, planning out more complicated stuff. But if you're in competition prep mode, you should. In competition prep mode is when you want to do more inspection timed. Yo, Dirtoodle, what's up? Thanks for the sub, my man. 8 months. Twitch Prime. We're gonna get Cuban here in a couple minutes. I want to get a few more nuggets of info for this guy. So I don't think the crosses here are too bad. In general, they seem like they're obviously completely memorized, and they're decently quick. The finger tricks aren't bad. I think they're in general they seem pretty okay. All right, where's this? Oh, okay. So you get that and just. Oh, so you got that case again. What the hell? What case is that? I'm not sure if you are curious for another option for that case, you can do this is the popular case, I think. Oh shit. One sec. So most people do it like this. I think you just do it like this, or is that what you're doing? So it's like that. I don't know. You can do it like that. Yo, what's up, Muffin God? How's it going? Thanks for the resub. 4 months. Twitch Prime. Yeet indeed.
Thanks, Kevin, for 1 year of Twitch subs.
Yo, what's up, Elijah Rubric? Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the sub, guy. Welcome to the Scubers Club. Got that Scube going. So alright, this case right here, I don't know what you're doing. You're doing some blind comp that doesn't affect the corners. I'd recommend. I think the most popular one is this. So you can do that. Just look up an Alex. The fact that you're doing this blind comp kind of indicates to me that your Alex might not be the freshest or the most current or whatever. Just look up. Go to Cube Skills. Check out Felix's Peel Out OL site. Just look those. You'll find a lot of better stuff. Probably just go refresh. Just go over them. You're probably not gonna need to change too much, but it's it's good to start to change early. Always a good idea. All right. Yeah, and same with the PLO recognition. That one from the back is a little harder, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright. These crosses, that cross is pretty easy, but it's still pretty cool. I think the crosses in general aren't bad. The crosses aren't they're not world class or anything, but they seem to match the speed of the rest of the average, so I think it's overall pretty solid. Not bad. Right here, just this is just a big thing of what I'm talking about. Right here, that huge, it's just a huge look. There's a huge back look, and then you still are a little unsure. That case, you guys gotta be able to recognize straight up. And it'll be tough at start. You'll be a little slower on day one when you force yourself to start two-sided recognizing, but you'll be faster in the long term. I assure you. And I just like the wide moves and cross. Good stuff I can't do because I'm bad. Overall, yeah, the biggest, I think it's, it looks, this stuff is pretty clean here. You're not doing extra moves where you shouldn't be. That was a 12 cell or the faster cell. When you're unsure what's going on, you're looking at the cube instead of doing moves to find out where the cube is. The biggest thing is that when you're looking at the back when you don't really need to be. It's like a little, like the habits in general are already pretty solid. I just recommend doing like the habits just could be a little bit improved, and I'll like help you out get faster, even faster. But overall, in general, they're pretty good. This double case right here is not bad. You can do either way. Like right here, you see he's got a pair. It's hard to see. He's got a pair right here and right here. Doesn't really matter. Like if you do this one first, it doesn't mess up this one. But like if you do this one first, you just get this one turned into a 3 mover. So like it doesn't matter. Although I didn't like the fact that there was a slight delay. Like there's a delay right there, and like, you should know that the pair is gonna be like that. Just I not should, but like it's a good thing to know. Good G perms, good G perms. A little sloppy on the execution, but not a big deal. It's something that comes with practice. That was the video. That one you're doing with the rotation. That one I'd really recommend. So that's the same for Ola right here. This one. Do it like that. Recommend like that. You'll find that on any sheet though, like any alg sheet that's worth its salt will have it. Solid 12 complete garbage. Alright, well check this out. Yikes. Okay, yeah, it's pretty bad. He messed up the cross there. Oh, you saved the pair though, and then I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, this one's rough. This is a good example though. Like when I've been practicing, I'm like, when you know you mess up the start of the solve, like you don't know what's gonna happen. You get a last layer skip. There's always a chance that you can save the solve. Always, it's just a good practice to like in save solvings, like having a good mentality, even if you start terribly. And that one was really bad. Like it took you like a whole solve line to get across, but still, it's a good. Yo, Gym Leader Vulcan, what's up? Thanks for the sub, Twitch Prime. Thanks, my man. Let's see. So yeah, overall, I think actually there's like this is gonna be a shorter one because there's not as much. I think cCheeseCake's got some really clean stuff going on. I definitely like it. I'm definitely liking it. Biggest things I like are finger tricks are a little sketchy, but overall the biggest thing I like is that the fluidity is, or what am I saying? The biggest thing I like is that when he's looking for pieces, he's not like unsure of what's going on. He's not doing the classic noob trap of like you finish your cross and then you're like, all right, I don't know where my first pair is. I'm gonna shake my hands a lot and then do this and then I'm gonna find my pair. Like he like sits here. I've seen specifically he sits there and like waits for an entire second to where he finds his pair. I like that stuff. Overall, the pairs are decently efficient. I like the start at partial edge control. And things to work on especially are Hila Ola recognition. You can't like two-sided. I just like you get to the case and then you recognize the whole thing. And you get to memorize the entire set of moves. Same with F2L recognition. Stop doing like these types of moves on the entire cube solve. Also, your Pilo and Ola Ags, I mentioned a couple of them. Definitely could use some revamping. Just go ahead and check out a sheet. Also, your F2Ls, I think your F2Ls, most of the cases are pretty solid as well. You might want to also brush up on a sheet, but like partial edge control, I see that you're already using it. It'd be a good time to start at like 15. Just like start experimenting with some new stuff, like that one case, or if you did it a different way, like you would have actually gotten an edge skip, stuff like that, where it might be time to like. So you might have figured stuff out on your own or whatnot. Just like experiment with a little more stuff. Don't be afraid to slow down your practice solves to experiment with some more edge control, because at 15 seconds, if you're already starting to incorporate it, that's really good. It's gonna help you out a lot. Partial edge control is like very easy and very helpful. So like just kind of experiment with that a little more, and yeah, overall pretty solid stuff.